to quote Charlie O'Reilly, he always said, we sell auto parts, but we're actually in the people business. And I feel like we have adopted that same kind of feeling or thought. We sell groceries, but we're actually in the people business. And I mean, people being your employees, people being your customers, your vendors, everybody you have good, we have relationships with, and we nurture those, because I feel like that's what has helped make us as big a success.
Success is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us again for this episode of At Home with Emily, a podcast about creating a life you love. I'm your host, Emily Wood, and we are on part 2 with the one and only co-founder of Mama Jeans, Diana Hicks. Diana, thank you for coming and sharing with us your journey. It's really inspiring. I think for a lot of us, not just business owners, not just entrepreneurs who have gone out on their own, but I think most people in the community know and love Mama Jeans. And so we were talking about last time is how you spent, really a full career in corporate America. And in some ways, you were hesitant to leave that. It wasn't something that you wanted out of, particularly. You enjoyed it. It also paid the bills. And when you're going out on your own in a business, there is that, what if we don't make it? But you hung on for quite a while to the previous job. What was it that made you 6 years? And you were working, had to be around the clock with the store, weren't you?
Well, yeah. Sometimes I'd leave O'Reilly and go to Mama Jeans and work till we closed. And I worked at least one weekend day, sometimes two, but mainly just one. I'd take vacation from O'Reilly and work at Mama Jeans for 2 weeks straight, and I'll be like, oh, I just love it.
At Mama Jeans?
At Mama Jeans, yeah.
What was the difference?
The people.
Mm-hmm.
I loved helping the customers and talking to them, learning their stories, and then you always had those favorite few that always came in on Saturday that you saw every week.
So it didn't feel like a drive to work, clock
in,
clock out.
It just felt like, sometimes my friends would come in on the weekend because they knew I worked there. And it was just fun.
But don't you get to know hundreds of people like that? You start seeing the faces, but then as the business grows, it's more and more and more. It kind of becomes almost like a small town, doesn't it?
It is. Or like a family. Yeah.
So how did you know, okay, this is the time? Obviously, you had your business partner telling you, hey, we're getting ready to be on possibly a third location here. Were the books showing you that it could support the salaries? And because groceries aren't exactly, that's pretty slim, isn't it?
Right. And we didn't make a lot of money. We still don't draw a huge salary. But she was just like, I need your help, because we had 2 stores already.
Yes.
And it was quite challenging for her.
And so what was the difference whenever you made that decision? Did you regret making that decision, or did you have a confirmation that it was the right thing to do?
I really just never looked back.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew this is the decision I'm going to make, and I can't look back. And I haven't. I missed some of the people at O'Reilly.
Right.
And my job was fun, but this one's fun too. So I just traded one kind of fun for another.
Yeah. Well, minus the corporate wardrobe.
Right. Right. I get to wear shorts and T-shirts to work. Yeah, I'm pretty casual, and that was one thing. I had to get up and iron every day at O'Reilly, I always wanted to look nice.
Yeah.
And, I think you can look nice without
You can.
starch.
I don't iron anything. My husband does the ironing for his for his work shirts.
I'll never call in sick, but I might call in out of starch. But I don't do that now.
No starch for the Mama Jeans T-shirt. So what has the emotional path been like for you? I see you get almost teared up when you talk about starting this business. It's really at the core of you, isn't it?
It is. And I mean, sometimes I just can't believe it. It seems too good to be true of course we've worked hard, but it's been fun work, and it's like the people that work there become your friends and family, and like that's why I get choked up sometimes when I talk about different employees or different customers, because they're near and dear to my heart, and I always choke up when I talk about things that are near and dear to my heart, and Mama Jeans is one of them. So,
well, in a way, it's not like a big box grocery store. In many ways, it's not, but I almost look at it like a little gym community, or a yoga studio, or a small school. Or it's got that feeling that we don't have anymore in our economy of the mom and pop that you walk into and you do know everyone. And I grew up that way because I grew up in a town with 1,500 people. So there was only the one grocery store at the time, and it was locally owned, and that's how it was. And even my grandma, you talk about your mama and Susie's mama. My grandma's town had 400 people, and M&M Grocery was just really a one-room, 4 aisles, meat counter, and you just don't have that feeling anymore.
No.
I think that's part of it, looking from the outside in. Isn't that part of what draws people there?
I think so. And I think, to quote Charlie O'Reilly, he always said, we sell auto parts, but we're actually in the people business. And I feel like we have adopted that same kind of feeling or thought. We sell groceries, but we're actually in the people business. And I mean, people being your employees, people being your customers, your vendors, everybody you have good, we have relationships with, and we nurture those, because I feel like that's what has helped make us as big a success as
success is what it is. And to me, obviously, I'm the purse strings of America, right? I'm the mom. I have the 2 kids. I spend all the money. I run the household. I feed the children. I cook. And I look at, there have been other natural grocers come and go. And I've shopped at them, and I've been to them, but they don't seem to make it. Is it because we have Mama Jeans? Is it because,
I hate to think that we're the cause of somebody else not making it, but
those are usually big conglomerates that are coming in. So they're going to have a different feeling, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think that's one thing about us. We're, we're not corporate, so we can pivot quickly if we need to. We can, make the kind of decisions that we need to make on a whim, because it's just us. Now, have we made some bad decisions? Sometimes we have, but
we have
not very often.
There has been one location that opened and closed.
One of our locations? Yes, it was not it wasn't a Mama Jeans. It was MJ's Market and Deli.
Okay.
That we tried because we needed we couldn't keep up with the grab-and-go deli thing. And so we didn't have a kitchen at any of our locations that was big enough to put out the production that we needed. And so we had an idea to put it in a place where there used to be a restaurant, and then just have like a little deli
I remember
area.
that.
But the walk-in traffic was not there.
As opposed to, I'm at the grocery store, I'm hungry.
Right.
I'm going to grab a sandwich. It wasn't a 2 for one.
Right.
It was a separate trip. And so you
And
found
it wasn't
that...
like we had all the products. We had a few products there.
I see.
But it wasn't like we had everything. So it wasn't like a one-stop shop. You know, if they needed milk or bread, they were okay.
Right.
But
so the lesson from that was that's not your main business.
that's not, yeah. So then that's when we moved Campbell, which I hated, and because of our long-standing
I know.
relationship with the
Yes,
Machinos.
and that being your original spot and just what you put into opening that store.
But it's been a great move for us. And Machinos, it's been great for them too, because they have expanded into into both the bays that we had, and they're making their own cushions and doing their own upholstery now. So it was a good move for everyone. And we're not that far away.
But I think you did hit on, the fact of when you go out and try something new, there are going to be challenges along the way.
There were.
What is the emotional toll that it takes on you? I know you love what you do, and that passion, it's obvious. But is there an emotional toll to being a leader and having the responsibility for so much and so many people?
There is. I mean, because, I have employees who bought houses and they're counting on Mama Jean's to do well. If it doesn't, I feel a huge responsibility to a lot of our employees because, they have responsibilities too. And it just makes you want to do better and lead them to do better.
And what was the full circle moment that you had recently? I know you guys had an honor that you received not too long ago.
Susie's mom had her store, Jean's Healthway in Ava, for many, many years. I don't know exactly how old she was when she sold it, but she was in her 80s. And she sold it to one of her employees. And, they did a good business while Jean was there, but Rachel Berry has taken it over, and we belong to a natural foods retailers association. And they had their conference this last June, and Jean's Healthway won an award. And
Jean's Healthway.
Jean's Healthway, because they reached $1 million in sales.
After all those years.
And Susie was at the conference, and she got to present the award. I'm crying.
Pretty amazing.
Anyway, that was a great pivot.
What was that feeling like for you to see that?
Well, causes me to well up.
Humbling.
Yeah, very.
I sense a lot of gratitude from you.
Jean, she was a wealth of information. She was awesome. She was a good mentor. We all miss her.
And she has passed recently.
In March, yeah.
And so in a way, do you feel like you're carrying on her legacy?
Oh, absolutely. I feel that way. I'm sure Susie feels that way. I hope Susie's kids, Jeff and Kelly, I hope they feel that way because, Jean would really be proud.
Because it all started with a very tiny storefront in a very small town.
Exactly.
Well, you've come a long way, and I hope that your story empowers everyone who's listening, that if they can tap into something special like that, something that they love, and focus on people, then hopefully success will follow.
Hopefully. And don't look back.
I love that.
Always
I
look
caught
ahead.
that when you said that. Yes, the past is back there for a reason.
Right.
It's the past.
It is. It is.
Anything else you want to add?
No. Just thank you to the community for supporting Mama Jean's. And we do our best to give back.
And thank you for joining us today for this episode of At Home with Emily, a podcast about creating a life you love. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next one. And you can also head to aroundtheozarks.com and sign up for our daily newsletter. And always, you can follow us on social media. We'll see you next time.